Greetings and welcome to our next installment of Rainbow Covenant, Haiku and Art in Three Parts. This is the February 2022 installment, and I'm Haijin Sharifa Bernice Meytung. And each installment features three original haiku of mine and three of my either abstract art pieces or a graphic arts piece. And what I try to do is in each installment feature two paintings and one graphic arts piece. That's pretty much how it's been working so far. And it is indeed how it worked out this month. So this first piece is called Smiles, and it is a graphic illustration. And I had mentioned in previous installments as well that the graphic illustrations, I work with a platform, a web platform called Storyboard That, where you actually have access to various graphic templates that you can use to build upon to create your own particular piece. And in this instance, I did that. Because the haiku reads, "The full moon reveals smiles in surprising places, and that is enough." The full moon reveals smiles in surprising places, and that is enough. And I gravitated to this particular graphic of this planetary graphic, if you will, of the moon and the sun and the earth, because it kind of brought together what I was contemplating when I wrote the haiku, which on the one hand was looking at the idea that we often speak about the person in the moon, that face that we see in the moon that appears to be smiling. And what a surprise, of course, that would be if there was some level of sentience about a planet where a smile was even possible to perceive or to feel. And contrasting that with an unexpected smile that you might experience when encountering someone, a complete stranger, perhaps on an elevator, and they smile at you, a genuine smile, and how surprising that can be. And so I wrote the haiku with that thought in mind and with that feeling in my heart. The full moon reveals smiles in surprising places, and that is enough. And that's somehow and sometimes that's all it takes to make your day, is to have someone smile, a genuine smile at you, and how beautiful that moment can be. The next piece is called Remembering Whitney, and that's the name of the haiku and the painting as well. This is an acrylic painting on canvas that's framed here. And the haiku reads, "Dharmakaya sound, Whitney, the forever song, voice of samsara." Dharmakaya sound, Whitney, the forever song, voice of samsara. For those of you who may be familiar with various Buddhist philosophical concepts and spiritual ideas, Dharmakaya is one of the three manifestations of Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya that reflects on the makeup of the world, the makeup of our experience with the world. Dharmakaya being that openness, that open space that exists forever. It has no birth, it has no death, it constantly is. And so the other term, samsara, represents this day-to-day living experience that we all have, where we have loss, where we experience grief, where we experience joy, where we experience everything that is impermanent, where we experience the phenomenon that doesn't last. So it's contrasting these two, the Dharmakaya, which goes on, which just is, it has no beginning, it has no end, with the samsara, which is very much impermanent. And then Whitney, for me, Whitney Houston is the Whitney of remembering Whitney. Whitney for me is like that bridge between those two experiences, experiencing what is permanent and experiencing what is impermanent. The haiku I wrote on the 10-year anniversary of her passing, of her death. And so in the painting, you can see various abstract, the process of abstracting, if you will, notes and music and the feeling connected to a music that has incredible potential for life and yet was marked by the impermanence, by the death, and what could be seen as a very tragic and painful death of this artist that brought us this incredible music. Dharmakaya sound, Whitney, the forever song, voice of samsara. And now the last piece for this installment is called Sacral Journey. Descending the stairs, wisdom of the unconscious. She is there, waiting. Descending the stairs, wisdom of the unconscious. She is there, waiting. This haiku came out of a contemplation on the sacral chakra, the second of the 7 major chakras in the chakra system. And it's that energy point found just above the navel, and the color associated with that chakra is the color orange. And that energy point, when we think about it in terms of our bodies, when we think about the chakras aligning themselves along our spine and these 7 points of energy, and the sacral chakra being that second one. And it is associated with our emotions. It's associated with how we feel about ourselves, feel about our lives, feel about each other. And it's also a portal, if you will, of really going into yourself and discovering what you find there. And so these descending stairs reminded me of a dream I had 20 years ago, which still remains with, and I mean literally 20 years ago, and the dream still remains with me today, of descending these 88 stairs. And at the bottom of the steps there was waiting for me this portrait of the Madonna. It was one of the Black Madonna portraits, Our Lady of Chenstohova. And so this descent into myself, if you will, is what's being manifested in this painting, because it's a descent that all of us take, all of us who explore our unconscious or experience or the subconscious mind. All of us take this descent. There are stairs there for all of us, and whatever that manifestation is that awaits us at the bottom of the stairs, it is the equivalent of what is in this haiku. She, your original self. She is there waiting. Descending the stairs, wisdom of the unconscious. She is there waiting. And so those are the 3 pieces for this month's installment. I invite you to look through them again at your leisure, reflect on them, contemplate them, perhaps meditate on them. Feel free to do the same for the other pieces in the other installments that are here on this channel. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you for the March installment. Be well.